Hola! Just kidding. It's me, Brian Myers, the host of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. And please sit back, enjoy yourself, and watch this history of Lucha Libre wrestling figures.
Hi everyone, welcome to Lucha Project. This is our first video in English. Today we will talking about Lucha Libre toy figures. Before, don't forget to subscribe and share our material on your social media. It doesn't matter if you are a young kid or an adult. Every one of us have got a professional wrestling figure on our hands. They could be arena toys manufactured on small factories in 5-pack sets known as bootleg, sold outside arenas, or the amazing figures manufactured by Mattel with all kinds of different lines from basic to deluxe. Some of Mexican fans fallen in love with arena toys. Some other guys remember the Kellyan line manufactured on 90s or also the CMLL line with San Francisco toy maker 2 decades ago. Every one of us have had a professional wrestling figure in our childhood. We have to come back from the beginning of the history, the prologue of a book, to the ages where doesn't exist any figure with articulation, licensed by a firm. Some of the most amazing stars in Lucha Libre were manufactured, and some others not get that lucky in the future. We are going to travel in that time to know the origins and the legacy of professional wrestling toy figures in Mexico and around the globe.
Lucharán a 2 de 3 caídas sin límite de tiempo.
Where was the beginning of the history? Which was the beginning of the wrestling figures adventure, a hobby that makes fun some fans around the globe. First of all, we have to understand the concept of the toy to each of us. During the 50s, the legendary Gorgeous George was immortalized with the first known wrestling figure. Well, it looked like a doll, but it was related to wrestling in terms of toy figures. Nowadays, we are able to pick up bootlegs on the flea markets in Mexico or the incredible figures manufactured by Mattel with WWE. So, we have a question about the first figure made in Mexico. Arena Toys was created by Mario Gonzalez, who was an artist and used to fix some religious statues in a small factory located in Calzada de Guadalupe in Mexico City. That was the place where the first arena toys show a Mil Mascaras figure with a Hulk Hogan trading card. That is one of the most difficult items on the line to get today, basically a holy grail. Each figure has a trading card, and also they were articulated. Nowadays, these figures are very difficult to get because they were only released on Japan on that age. Sometimes some sellers list them on a highly price in eBay. Now we have to come back to the new continent. The first WWF line was produced by LJN on 1984, known as Wrestling Superstar. These figures didn't have any articulation, but they were the pioneers on the wrestling toys way on America, appearing on the Rock and Wrestling era where WWF expanded the brand for all over the states. Each wrestler on the toy line has a specific design according to his body structure in comparison with the Japanese generic toys. Also, they have a poster. This was the line where the first female figure appeared as Miss Elizabeth. Atlantis, Pierrot, Lismark, Ultimo Dragón, and Vampiro Canadiense, which has two versions with different makeups. Also, the line has a ring with sounds. Nowadays, this is very difficult to get, but the figures are easy to pick up. This toy line was supposed to have 12 figures, but it only had 6 manufactured luchadors. The other 6 were Sangre Chicana, Brazo de Oro, Brazo de Plata, El Brazo, Blue Demon Jr., and Satánico. The breakup was caused because Antonio Peña, the founder of AAA, left CMLL to create his own promotion, and he was the man who had an arrangement with the original San Francisco toy maker to produce the entire set. The cost of each figure on that days was on 20 Mexican pesos, and the ring was on 70 Mexican pesos. The TV commercial showed us the prototype of Pirata Morgan, but no one has reported to have it or trip still continue in Mexico. El Magnate, Cien Caras, Universo 2000, Psicosis, Lismark, Máscara Sagrada, Fuerza Guerrera, La Parca, Ángel del Tepeyac, and Solar. These figures appear as a gift on a candy boxes. The price of them was on 5 Mexican pesos with 2 small figures in a box. On 1994, Mexico has a crisis known as December Trouble, or El Error de Diciembre, which caused a devaluation of the Mexican peso. Lucha promotions had some issues. Some talent left Mexico to have better opportunities at the States. Luchadors such as Rey Mysterio Jr., Psicosis, Juventud Guerrera, La Parca, Conan, and some other guys arrived firstly at ECW and after going to the mainstream with WCW. This trouble caused that Mexican factories didn't want to manufacture some lucha figures, so the Mexican fans only have the opportunity to pick up knockoffs, known as arena toys. During understand the evolution of lucha figures or wrestling too around the globe. Focus on Mexico. From a small factory at Mexico City, traveling to Japan with Bullmark and GWA a decade after with Poppy until LGN and Renko at the States, or Kellyan and Ricolino in Mexico with AAA. The Lucha Libre figures are an important point at the history. Kids from different ages and some adults are keen to play or collect them looking for the greatest or rarest pieces of toys. Thanks for watching the video and don't forget to subscribe to Lucha Project.